Hello Virgo, Virgo rising and Virgo moon people. This is your monthly astrological horoscope for October 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you Virgo people out there, remember these monthly horoscopes cover the big background shifts and sweeping changes of this given month. So never will I ever put something in these videos that only lasts for one day. All of these aspects last for at least 2 weeks, but the majority of them even longer. So, pay close attention to that, because sometimes, astrologers don't always make that point. And, a lot of people think like, oh, well, it only works for that one day. Well, no, a lot of these could be going on for durations, even. So, of course, for those of you watching these on a screen, you'll notice I always have a calendar up saying how long something's going to be there. Also, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com. And remember, if you ever are interested in more short-term aspects, look at your weekly horoscopes. The first half is exclusively astrology, so there's something in it for everybody. So, what is going on with this month? We've got a lot of leftover energies going on from September, all working in your favor. We've got Venus in your sign for the first half of the month. And remember, Venus in your sign, you get the wild card blessings of Venus, the planet of attraction, love, favor, popularity. And it basically turns us into an ideal prospect, in the eyes of others. Whether it's an employment prospect, a romantic prospect, a social prospect, a creative prospect, it brings a lot of that loving attention for us. And this is a time to put yourself out there, to be seen, to get the most out of this trend. Not a month at all to be hiding out or obscuring ourselves in any way, shape, or form. In fact, whatever you try to ask for with Venus in your sign tends to be given to you by others. People are willing to take more chances on you in the first half of the month, and that's definitely something you want to take advantage of. With Mars in your sign, which is also going to be going on for the first 3 weeks of the month, we've got you in a more competitive advantage. You're going to be handed a lot more competitive opportunities, but where you put yourself out to compete, you are going to be in a better position to win against your competition, whether it's at work or even something recreational. Mars in our sign can also draw loyalty to us, loyalty from followers, loyalty from friends, loyalty from lovers, people actually trying to, again, give you that fidelity, whether it's romantically or otherwise. We have a lot more of that being proven. People want to prove themselves to us more. However, there is also a pressure to prove yourself more during this time as well. And of course, there always is an appropriate time for those things to happen, and that just seems to be the trend of the first couple of weeks of this month. We've also got Mercury, planet of communications, haste and speed, in your earned income sector, Libra, for the duration of this month. Well, not the duration of this month, excuse me, for the first 2 weeks of this month. And so, when we have Mercury in the earned income sector, money comes quickly. Initiatives get passed quickly for you. This is a wonderful time to be submitting resumes and applications, to be getting quick feedback. This is also a wonderful time for a lot of you out there who are trying to get some kind of, maybe some kind of motion taken seriously, whatever you put forward at the office. Mercury in the earned income sector can also bring an opportunity to take on small, well-paid projects, things that are here today, gone tomorrow. Maybe, you'll take 2 days here, a week here to wrap it up, and still get some good pay. So a nice good financial boost at the beginning of the month as well. On the 5th of the month, we've got a full moon in Aries in your 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, and passive income. And this is going to be working out very nicely for a lot of you Virgo people, because this could indicate the closing or the clearing of a debt or a financial arrangement or a financial or a payment plan that you have been on for a long time. We may be coming into money that allows us to clear it between the 5th and the 19th of the month. We may be negotiating it away or negotiating payments down. This can also spell a really, really good opportunity for intimacy and romance, because when a full moon is in the 8th house, things tend to get a little hot and heavy, and so there could be also a fair amount of good romantic fire burning as well, especially between, again, the 5th and the 19th. On the 10th, we've got a big shift going on for everybody. And I'll probably do a special video, maybe a car vlog about this, pretty soon. But on the 10th, we've got Jupiter, planet of expansion, luck, wealth, and riches, moving into Scorpio, into your third house of communications, pacts, and promises. And whenever Jupiter is in our third house, it's one of the places where we tend to see an opportunity for a 15 minutes of fame whenever we're looking for that in an astrology chart. And when we say 15 minutes of fame, it could be your 15 minutes of fame coming up here in the coming year and change that Jupiter is going to be in your third house. We may be finding ourselves getting a lot more publicity, maybe some publicity around a project we're trying to get to take off, a publishing project. Maybe some of you have been trying to put yourselves out there as performing artists or public speakers. This is a wonderful aspect for people who are aspiring authors, or anyone who's also looking to get some travel done. This is a wonderful time for recreational travel. You may be finding more lucrative job opportunities by expanding your commute bubble. It may only be a county or a state away that you find the perfect place for you and your wallet during this transit, so you want to stay open-minded. Jupiter in the third can also bring an opportunity for a lot of the Virgo people out there to actually implement some kind of major shift in their social lives. Whether we are changing the way we actually socialize with others, or we're getting more benefits from the social network that we're already tapped into. And again, that's there for a year and some change, so don't think it's going to go away in one day. On the 14th of the month, we've got Venus, planet of love and attraction and harmony and affection, moving into that earned income sector, Libra, where she's going to be all the way through the end of the month. And we have easy money opportunities coming to you, whether it's getting paid more money to do easier work, or perhaps actually the opportunity to appeal for some kind of raise, or give yourself a raise, or raise your own rates if you work for yourself, or you have the power to dictate how much you are getting paid out at that time. With Venus in the earned income sector, people are all for it. People are definitely more interested in listening, and they're much more agreeable when those propositions come out. So you may be able to actually have that sit down, and I would recommend giving it a try. On the 17th of the month, Mercury moves into Scorpio, into that third house of communications, where he will be all the way through the end of the month and even into November. And with Mercury in the third house of communications, we are speeding up negotiations and contracts and arrangements that need to be set in stone, whether they are in your personal life, your professional life, your academic life. There will be a lot of opportunities coming for on-the-job training whenever Mercury goes into the third house. We're kind of boosting you up, getting some kind of extra training in, possibly so we could advance our position or advance our pay. This could actually be something that we are training into a better role or a more high-caliber role. The negotiations and the offers will be out there for you to grab if you want them. On the 19th of the month, we've got a new moon in Libra in that earned income sector. And this is definitely going to be the beneficial aspect for people looking for a new place to work. Okay? Now, all of this favors all of it anyway, but a new moon does, in the earned income sector, I often see time and time again, that is where people accept offers to go to new jobs. This is where people find the better job. Even if they're not necessarily looking for one, it's thrown on the table. This may be a new job that you don't necessarily have to take it if you don't want to, if you're perfectly happy where you are, but there is some kind of improvement that does need to be looked over, whether it's an improvement that you decide to take and take your leave with, or an improvement you may actually take to your current boss, your current employer, and discuss a compare and contrast with. And that energy will be pretty much the 19th through the beginning of November. On the 22nd of the month, we do have Mars, planet of action, energy, and competition, moving into that earned income sector, Libra, and we have the possibility of some sweet, sweet overtime pay coming your way. Remember, whenever Mars is in a financial sector, houses 2, 6, or 10, we tend to see the opportunity to bolster our hours. If if things have been feeling like we're coming up a little short, we've been wanting to pick up some extra shifts, or again, we just want to get that overtime pay to get ahead, starting the 22nd, that's going to be much more available and much more easy to collect for yourself. Mars rewards, labor, however. So while Venus is bringing in the ease, Mars will be bringing in the quantity. So it's going to be a very, very busy, but I think still a very, very profitable month for a lot of you nonetheless. Finally, on the 23rd, we have the Sun moving into your third house of communications, pacts, and promises. And this is talking about healing lines of communication throughout the duration of October and even going into the first 3 weeks of November. When we talk about healing lines of communication, these could be lines of communication with siblings, with friends, with lovers. Where do we not dialogue or communicate very well? Or where could we just be doing better? Or where would it be better if we just made a bit of a shift or a tweak here or there? This is going to be a way for us to learn how to relate better to certain individuals, and a way for them to learn to relate better to us, making for better bonds and better connections all around. So that is your horoscope, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.